So it is now my privilege and honor to invite on stage our guest of honor, YB Jagdeep, our Deputy Chief Minister too of Penang, to deliver his opening speech. Let's give him a round of applause.
Selamat pagi dan salam sejahtera. Salam Pulau Pinang 2030 dan salam Malaysia Madani saya ucapkan kepada semua, kepada pengerusi Advanced Innovation and Manufacturing Asia, AIM, and Cik Reni Tan, thank you for having me here today. So a very good morning to all present here today from not just here, but also from afar. I'm very happy to be here this morning for this program, because this program is extremely important to us in Penang in supporting our agenda towards human development, towards science and technology. You know, I'm so happy to see so many countries here, because the countries are already here. And today, I know there's a delegation from Singapore, there's a delegation from China. Welcome to Penang. And many other countries. I probably won't be able to say, but I can see many a beautiful person from many a beautiful country all present here in Penang. That's what I'm talking about. They are already in Penang. You see, in Penang, when I talk about industry, we talk about science and technology, we already have 450 multinational companies situated here in Penang from all over the world. That is just one. And we have 7,000 SMEs, which will one day transform into MNCs here in Penang. That's the way it goes. And we are not, we weren't born last night. We are so matured. We are 55 years old now here. This area where we are is the pioneer free trade zone of Penang, where Bayan Lepas is. That was 55 years ago. I keep asking people, do you know what my age is? Who can guess the right number? You must have seen some of my other videos. Yes, I'm younger than this pioneer free trade zone. That is what Penang is all about. And today, it is not just about Bayan Lepas. It's not just about the island. We have already created two that is happening now on the mainland, Batu Kawan. And there is South Seberang. North is happening very soon. In fact, that one is a very big one. 7 phases, 2 have already begun. So, you know, we are looking at, when you talk about Bayan Lepas, so mature, when it is so mature, it becomes saturated. You might not have space. But the world still wants to come here. And that is what we are doing. We are making space for the world to continue to come. And I see the world in front of me today at this event. And when we talk about industry in Penang, what sort of industry are we talking about? You talk about AI. You know, Yesterday, my mother asked me, what is AI? So I told her it's it's an abbreviation for artificial intelligence. Then, so what is it? Right? Sometimes you also won't know what AI is. You tell me what is AI. What does it do? It is not AI anymore. Sometimes I always say, that word maybe you should try and adjust a bit. It is not artificial anymore. It is real. It is happening in front of us. Everything we do is because of AI. So it is real. It is happening. So we must, last time, I just give you all an example. When we started with technology, right, here in Penang, every day it changes. Every day it changes. Now we are talking about, when we talk about the speech that I just heard, you talk about deep technology. It's not high-tech technology anymore. So every day it changes. So AI also will change. It will become something even better. And it is going to happen here in Penang. I assure you that. That is what we do here in Penang. That is the reason why we have industry like this, and that is the reason why you want to talk about collaboration, the Penang state government, we are here to collaborate with the world so that we bring the best of the world to Penang. You talk about that. I know we have many countries present here this morning. But there are many more countries that will be coming. And those that are already present want to expand. And we are facilitating that. That is my job as a state government. As a deputy chief minister, I have to do this, and I am going around the world to attract more because they have shown interest to come to Penang. They are already ready to step foot here in Penang. And we are creating the platform for them to make that happen. I was in India in December last. You talk about Penang being the Silicon Valley of the East, right? I keep telling everyone, and since I'm here with you today, I don't think you all have seen me. Let me remind you, Penang is 1.8 million strong population. Strong. That word important. But when you're in India, do you know what their population is? Any guess? 1.5 billion people. Billion. So you think we are so small, but let me tell you the world. We may be that small dot on the world map, but we are the strong small dot. This small place here started in Bayan Lepas, now going to the mainland especially. We contribute to about 8% of all semiconductor products in the world. Not in Malaysia, not in the region, in the world. And we are only moving forward. Semicon has always been, our forte, yes. But now we are looking at many, many other types of industry. That word I heard just now when you said ecosystem, what does that mean? You see, when you talk about industry, some countries, you go there, yes, they may have industry, but they only have one type of industry or two types of industry. But Penang has it all. And one industry will support the other, right? I keep asking all of you, I left my handphone there. Can somebody give me my handphone? One question. Do you know how many chips there are in this handphone? Somebody give me a guess. Everybody got a handphone, isn't it? You must know how it works. 90% of the chips in this handphone, which is about nearly 300, comes from Penang. And that's the reason why you're here in Penang. And that's the reason why we have events like this. Every day we are having events like this. And it will continue. And I know you will continue to invest here in Penang because that ecosystem exists. You will always have other people and have that ecosystem that is supportive amongst one another. And here, as government, we are here to facilitate and to ensure that that continues. That's not an issue at all. So I don't want to say too much more, and I don't know what else is in my speech. Half the time I never look at the speech. Usually I write the speech. But anyway, I think maybe for me, one thing that's very important here, when we talk about, we have gone from 4.0 now to 5.0, we're arriving there, and we will arrive very quickly. That's why I say things change. When you talk about AI, AI will be a thing of the past. Very soon, if 4.0, Industry 4.0 is now already going to be a thing of the past because it's going to become Industry 5.0, same thing. That's what I'm trying to say. So all must understand, we are here because we want to move forward. And how do you do that? That is the question. How? You need deep tech. I like that word. I usually used to say high tech because we are already high tech. But see, even that has changed. Suddenly today I'm seeing, last night I read the speech, what is this deep tech? I thought we were going underwater or something. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. Today's technology will be obsolete tomorrow. So we have to get ready for the future. And the future is our future generation, our younger generation. But I'm not discounting all of us here. I'm an old man, hardly have any beard left. But we work, we continue to work for them. And we need them because they, our future, will ensure that deep tech happens, that the future of AI happens, whatever that may be called later. And I know it's going to happen because I've been traveling a few countries. I talked about India, yeah? Coming back to that. They say we are the Silicon Valley of the East. I was in Chennai. 1.5 billion people there, right? They are the Silicon Valley of India. And 2 weeks later, after I presented Penang to them, I had a delegation here from India, industry, of 8,000 people. Do you all know that? It happened here at the Spice Arena. They're coming in November. And this time, they told me it's going to be 30,000 people. I don't know where to put them in Penang. But that is what Penang does. We attract the world. And we continue to do that. Straight away, they came back. We had an investment of nearly $500 million here from them, just in 2 weeks after I went to India. Next weekend, I'm going to Japan with my chief minister. He said, he will follow me. I said, okay, no problem. And then beyond that, I'm going to China. I mean, these are places which, China now is bigger than, India is bigger than China now. It surpassed China. China is 1.4. India went up to 1.5 billion people population. But, we're engaging with the world. That's what I'm trying to say. It's very important. And when we come back to what I want to end off with, my portfolio now, after being in government for almost 20 years, I was in housing, I was in local government, I was in planning. Now, it is human talent development, science and technology. That's what I do. Now, when we talk about our industry and what we are trying to do here and get moving forward with the times, the most important, which I think you mentioned just now in your speech, is human talent. Now, you cannot have deep tech or high tech without that talent. So it is extremely important to understand Penang is giving priority to that. Kita di Pulau Pinang tidak akan abaikan keperluan, bakat dan kemahiran tersebut. Itu yang terpenting sekali, yang akan membantu industri kita yang sedang marah ke hadapan, ke arah dan haluan tersebut. It's very simple as that. So, how do you do that? Is the question. You know, you can have many a college, you can have many a university, but you know, in Penang we only have one university, which is USM. But we have many colleges, yes. And that's where the trainers are, and they train our future generation to become technicians or engineers in the fields that are required by industry. But it is not enough. Come 2030, I have a burden on my shoulder to ensure that there will be 60,000 technicians and engineers, high-skilled, talented ones in Penang. Malaysia has its plan, which is also the same number, but we in Penang, just this small dot on that map in the world, has the same number. So the Prime Minister one day asked my office, is he talking about Malaysia? I said, no, we are talking about Penang. Because that's the need in Penang. Must understand. Now, so how do you reach that number? That's a question. Very simple. Like I said, and I started off, you know, our industry is not born yesterday. It's been here for 55 years and just moving on, right? So if that is the case, can you imagine the 450 multinational companies we have, the 7,000 SMEs we have? You know how many technicians and engineers they have that are so experienced? So I have worked with industry now. And I've said, listen, you cannot come to my office and say, where are the workers? Where are the technicians? Where are the engineers, Jagdeep? I said, hold on. There is a stream of future generation students out there. You help them. You are the trainers. You have been there for so long. You have the experience. And they have agreed. You know, in Penang, there is one facility, one industry on the mainland that now, on site, actually has a university. The first of its kind. Nothing new. When I was in India, they said, we have 7. I said, okay, you need 7 because you got 1.5 billion people. But I said, for us, that small dot in the world map, we have the first. And on top of that, more will come. But in between, industry has agreed in principle to assist. Because if they want those professionals, that talented skill, then the faster we get the students trained by them who are experienced, the faster they will get the talent that they need in their industry. Very simple. And they have agreed in principle. Second, and most importantly, you know, when they do that, the question is, you know, I don't know whether you know what my actual profession is. And anyone knows? Law. Who said that? Oh, how do you know? Huh? I don't know. Yes, I am a lawyer. I was a lawyer for 21 years before, now in government for 20 years. But you see, when I took up law, the important thing is, at the end of that degree that you take, I studied in the UK, you want to have some form of proof of qualification. And of course, for me, it was a degree. And you have that, you know, it's hung on the wall. graduated from Warwick University and whatever year. So now, coming back to why I'm saying this, those students who are going to be trained by industry, how do they get recognized? Is the question, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what they want. You go there, you train 2-3 years, suddenly, if you're not absorbed into that particular factory or facility, then you want to go somewhere else, that somewhere else will ask you, what's your qualification? And I don't have a piece of paper to prove anything. No, that's wrong. I agree. So we have gone one step further in Penang. I've spoken to the Ministry of Education. The minister herself came and sat in my room in Komta. And I said, we are doing this because you need that assistance. Industry needs that assistance. The whole country, not just Penang. Penang leads. And she said, okay. The ministry now has agreed to come up with a certification for those who are trained in facilities like this, so that at the end of their training, there is that document from the Ministry of Education. Now, this is how we move forward. You talk about ecosystem. You got to start from the beginning, right to the end. So for me, you talk about human talent development. I did that here in Penang. We are the first to do it. And when she was here, she asked me, Jagdeep, is it okay that I promote this to the rest of the states in Malaysia? And I said, of course. And I want to repeat what I always say. At the end of the day, when you have that talent, you must understand that talent can come from not just another state in Penang. It will definitely come from outside Penang as well. Outside Penang, from the world. So there is no issue at all, I told her. There is no issue. We must share, because education is for our future generation. Penangites can go to another state or go to the world. In fact, that is what my plan is. We want to be, one thing I keep saying, we want to be world class. Since the world is already here, that is my agenda. That is our agenda here, the Penang State Government, for us to be world class. And when we show them that we have that talent, the world will keep coming. They're already coming. And for our future generation, we give them the opportunity to go out to the world. That is the plan. So I thank all of you from all over the world, right in front of my eyes this morning, for being here. I don't want to take up too much time. I know you have 2 days of this event. I congratulate the organizers for their amazing job to get everything together. But remember, we are always here. The Penang State Government will continue to be here. So I take leave, you all take care, and have a good 2 days event. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Thank you, YP, for your insightful. Let me just have you remain on stage while I invite Renee up to present a token of appreciation. Thank you very much for your time this morning. All right. Photographers, please stand by.